Let's recall that there are two different types of equations that will give you a special case solution. We've already reviewed how to solve equations using multi-steps, variables on both sides, where you actually do end up getting a numeric value for your variable. But in this case, something a little bit different is going to happen. So let's take a look. Let's look at the equation for infinitely many solutions. In order to solve this, the first thing we would do is we would distribute on both the left-hand side and the right-hand side to give us our new equation. Then we would combine like terms on the right, which is going to give us an equation of 4x minus 20 equals negative 20 plus 4x. Now the next step would be to subtract the smaller of the two variables. But if you look, there's a 4x on both sides. So when we subtract 4x from the left and right-hand side, our variable terms actually subtract out to 0, and we're just left with negative 20 equals negative 20. So if we take a look at that final answer, negative 20 does in fact equal negative 20, and this is a true statement. So what ends up happening is when you have an equation that has infinitely many solutions, what that actually means is that any number substituted in for x is going to give you a true mathematical statement, just like negative 20 does in fact equal negative 20. Now let's take a look at the no solution equation. Again, just like on the left-hand side, we would start off by distributing on the left and right. And then from there, we would want to add 12x to both sides. But again, if you look at the left-hand side and the right-hand side here, if we go through and add 12x to both sides, we end up with negative 30 equals negative 27. Well, that is not true. Negative 30 does not equal negative 27. So what ends up happening is when you have an equation that has no solution, what that means is that any number substituted in for x is going to give you a false mathematical statement. Just like right here, it says negative 30 equals negative 27, but that is false. It is not true. So that's why we say this equation has no solution.